And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Fantastic Park. This is from Blue Orange Games, and this is one of those games I haven't heard much about. And when I first saw it, I thought, hey, is this like King Domino? Because it has these double-sided domino-style tiles. And is it a kid's version? I wasn't really sure. It looks kind of like a kid's version. The Fantastic Park looks like animals that might show up on your kids' cartoon show. I almost said Saturday morning thing, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. So I played it with kids, and it works with kids. But interestingly enough, it also works with adults. Let me show you. This game is made up of a whole bunch of tiles, and at the beginning of each round, each player is going to draw 4 or 5, depending on how many players are playing. So let's say these are the 4 tiles I get. So on my turn, I'm going to place one in the middle. That's all you can do. The next player will place one adjacent to it somehow, and we just continue doing that. Although once there's 2 tiles down, you can start placing on top, as long as when you're placing these tiles, they are next to. You can't place the same tile on top of the same one like this, and you also can't place it so that it has to fit on the same number of levels. So maybe I place this and this, and we keep going. Now, once everyone has played all their tiles but one, the round's over. At that point, you look at the tile that you have left over. This one has pink and green. I look for the biggest group of pink. That's 3, and the biggest group of green is 1. I get 4 points. So over here, on this very long score track, I'm just going to take 4 points. And then we come back and we'll do this again, but we're going to leave everything out there. You're going to keep the tile you drew, and you're going to draw 3 more, and as time goes by, it's going to get bigger. And as it gets bigger and you're going to be scoring every time until there's no more tiles to draw, in which case the game's going to end. But you can see you can get more points. Here, if I have a yellow-green tile, I'm going to do pretty well. Yellow group is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the biggest groups of both of those colors. If you have something where it's the same color, so let's say I have a double green, I would simply go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12 points. And whoever has the most points is the winner. The tiles for this game are nice and thick. They're pretty much the same as the King Domino tiles that have been made, and the box here fits everything in very nicely. You have a little first player marker that's each turn someone's different goes first. The only complaint I really have about the quality here is this scoreboard. The scoreboard's neat, right? It's nice and long, but the problem with it is if 2 people are in the same space, they don't fit here very well. One person barely fits in these spaces. They're very thin. They're also pretty hard to read. It's just not a great scoring track. But that's okay, because we're just looking at the scoreboard again. Woo, so pretty. It is easy to tell these apart both by color and by the type of animal that's on them. Fantastic Park is a fantastic little game. I was very surprised just how much I enjoyed it, because you have these 4 tiles and you're putting them out. There's a lot of games like this, all the way back to the old Loco, where you're making things get better and at the same time keeping something that makes things get better so that you can score points. But what makes this game stand out, besides the excellent components, is a couple things. First of all, it's fun to build the dominoes. Secondly, the game doesn't end each round, so you're slowly getting points and points and points, and colors are changing and shifting. And thirdly, it can be a little vicious. You got a big pile of green, it's not big anymore, it's split into 2 groups. Now, if no one is going for the color I want yellow. If no one else picks your color, you double your points. So that's kind of an interesting thing too. But then when you're playing with 4 players, or more, at 5, it's not going to happen as much, because likely someone's going to have the same one as you do. But I like this game for kids because it taught them forward planning. It's okay, I'm going to put these tiles out, and you're going to make a group, but you need to save one of that tile of that group back. That's the color that you want. That's the animals you want. And they're like, and so they have to think about which tile they're going to keep back, which one they think is going to score the most, how will they help themselves, how will they hurt other players, and then continue to do that. But while that's all well and good for kids, for adults, it's a pretty solid game. It's a very quick game. I mean, 20 minutes, you're just sitting there and playing and scoring and playing and scoring. And Well, it might look a little cutesy for adults, like you're sitting at a table. What are you guys playing? Fantastic Park? But it's solid. This really fits in that same category as King Domino, honestly. This is the kind of game that I could see myself saying, hey, you guys have never played many good board games in your life? Then this is one that you want to check out. And so, I don't know. I guess at this point, I shouldn't be continually surprised that Blue Orange is pumping out just really good quality games, not just for kids. And their kids' games are fantastic. But this one, which kind of, it says 8+, and I played it with an 8, a 10, and a 12-year-old, but I also played with adults, and it worked well with all of them. So I recommend it. Check it out. Dice Tower Judgment approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!